Hi, I'm William Stewart. Welcome back to our verse by verse study on the book of Philippians. I'm glad you're here today. We finish up chapter 2 today. Last time we talked about Timothy and Paul sending Timothy to find out from the Philippians how they were doing. We talked about how attentive Paul was as a caring pastor or minister to the people whom he served. Today we talk about Epaphroditus, mentioned only here twice in the book of Philippians here and in chapter 4. So we start with verse 25. Yet I suppose it necessary to send you Epaphroditus, my brother, and companion in labor and fellow soldier, but your messenger, and he that ministered to my wants. So here he has sent Epaphroditus, and he commends him. So again, we've talked about this and how important it is for we as Christians to recognize specifically as we can, as Dale Carnegie said in his great book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, what people have done, how God has worked in their lives, the things they do well. This serves several things. One is it builds a positive attitude and atmosphere in the body of Christ, as opposed to harsh judgments and criticisms. Helps that person feel better. It helped Epaphroditus and ease his way into Philippi again, and people then regarded him well and looked upon him well. So this is an important lesson for all of us. 26, for he longed after you. So again, he sort of turns the tables here and takes the opposite approach. Epaphroditus thought well of you and longed to see the Philippians. And again, this is after Paul had been to Philippi in his contingent. It was full of heaviness because that he had heard that he had been sick. For indeed, he was sick, nigh unto death, but God had mercy on him, and not only him, but also on me, lest I should have sorrow upon sorrow. So Epaphroditus was sick, and for Paul to have lost such a companion would have been very sorrowful to him. I sent him, therefore, the more carefully, otherwise, really the word speedily here in the original Greek, that when you see him again, you may rejoice, that I may be less sorrowful. Otherwise, when Epaphroditus goes, ministers to the Philippians, that would also ease Paul's mind. Receive him, therefore, in the Lord with gladness, and hold such in reputation. Again, the results of his commendation of things that Epaphroditus had done, he's urging them to receive him in good repute, honoring the work that he had done for God, as we should do for all true and faithful ministers of Jesus Christ. Because, in verse 30, for the work of Christ he was nigh unto death, not regarding his life, to supply your lack of service towards me. What is lack of service sounds negative here. It's not filling up. Epaphroditus probably went to Philippi, collected money and perhaps goods to bring to Paul while he was in prison in Rome. And the Philippians had not had a chance to do this or opportunity. So Epaphroditus supplied this opportunity to the Philippians that, as it says in chapter 4, that God would mark that in their favor or look favorably upon them. But it also met the need of Paul as well in his imprisonment in Philippi. This, of course, was after his journey to Rome and his visit to Jerusalem following the 3 missionary journeys, were probably around 60 AD. Okay, so again, we have another story about Paul's attitude towards people. I think he very favorably of Epaphroditus, who worked under him, paving his way into Philippi, commending him, urging them to receive him, sort of telling the Philippians how much he cared for them. So it's like an amazing introduction, very professional introduction that Paul has given Epaphroditus to the Philippians. All right, good lessons. We will come to chapter 3 next time, talking about all things given over to Christ in our life and the positive aspects of that. Philippians is a great book. Glad you're here. I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.